It is 25 plays 32, a 7-point lead to the Northcote Park Cougars as we enter the second half. Umpire just about to hold the ball up, siren about to go, and it will be Williamson in the middle. And he's going to be taking on Ollie McEwen as we get underway. Watermark Northern Football League Final Series, first semi-final, second half, and it is Williamson who gets the tap down into the path of Taglieri. Knocked off the ball was Davies there, and he's feeling a little bit worse for wear. Woods gets a quick kick inside forward 50, trying to pick it up on the bounce here is Barnes-Webb. He taps it out into a bit of space for Schultz. Got a bad bounce. Going in is Zito at ground level, and now laying a big tackle there is Merkel. He wraps up Schultz at the bottom of the pack. We will have a stoppage right in front of the interchange gates.
Not the easiest team for commentators to discern the players of, Eltham. They've got a lot of mid-sized players with brown hair, all very similar looking. As that kick from Schultz comes out the near side towards half forward, Campbell in the race for it, but it beats him to the boundary line, and so there'll be a throw in here. Northcote Park's forward half of the ground, just beneath our commentary position.
Davies looks like he's okay. Certainly slow to his feet after that big hit early in the third quarter.
Right half forward, just forward of the centre wing. McEwen taps that one at the back. Glasgow coming through. Got a little handball off. The ball just bobbling around here on centre wing. Taglieri in the race after it. Richardson barges his way through Davies. Davies held on for dear life and takes him to ground.
Great tackle there. And Brazil, again, with the run with job on Bronick Davies. Did a great job on Justin White last week, so it's no surprise that, again, throughout today, he'll get another run with job.
Beneath the grandstand here at Preston City Oval, a bit of cloud coverage overhead, but it's the high wispy clouds, so no chance of rain, you'd think. De Bruin coming through, playing his 50th game this afternoon. Comes up towards right half forward. The ball just bobbles around and there's an in the back. So a free kick going against Luke Svark. And for Darcy Valance at left half back. He's got a few players moving out into the open space on the far side of the ground, but not too many options there. So he'll take the safe option and just go long to a contest up the line. Williamson underneath it. Capillari flies first and took a good mark as well. Big reach for the young man, playing just his fourth game this afternoon.
Shows plenty of promise. He was good in the third quarter last week, and he's been solid again today.
On the right boot, goes up the line again, looking for Svark. Spills through his fingers, I should say, and over the boundary line for a throw in right half forward.
So 2 minutes played. Third quarter here of the first semi-final for 2015. Northcote Park 5-2-32, Eltham 3-7-25. Northcote Park kicking with at least a 3-goal breeze here in this third quarter, leading by 7. There was one down there by Williamson of Eltham at ground level though, picked up by De Bruin. He was ridden by Taglieri there. Ball spills out. De Bruin goes again, loses the football again. Valance stands over it. Toe poke there by Sutton of Northcote Park. Man-howed without it there was Brendan Ryan of Eltham, and he'll get a free kick advantage played, and Braden Taglieri's away.
He tries to put it out into space for Evans to run, but he didn't see Barnes-Webb. But Evans was magnificent. The old blind turn got around him, and then laced out Harry Burns out on the outer wing. That was brilliant play there on that occasion. As they go forward again, looking for Josh Merkel. It just eludes his both his dukes are now out the back to Carter and Di Matteo, and he works it with a teammate Capillari, and then back to Di Matteo, and now to Singh, who has it just defensive side of the outer wing, Kramer's Hotel side of the ground. Beautiful kick by Singh, laces out a teammate, now quick kick inside forward 50 from Barnes-Webb, looking for Svark, couldn't take the mark. At ground level, here goes McCabe, little chip kick over the top, finds Woods, and he is a runner. He takes a bounce on the outer side. He's going to need a shepherd from a teammate, doesn't get it, so he has to kick it straight away. Sutton was coming hard, but the kick from Woods was good. Lands in the arms of Josh Merkel, outer side Jordan Canells.
Already the team kicking to the city end have the early inside 50s, 2-0 so far to Northcote Park. 3 minutes gone here, third term. Billy Glasgow has it, far edge of the centre square, Hotel side of the ground. Not much movement going on inside forward 50. There's a little lead into the pocket. Kicked in that direction. Capillari had front position. Almost turned it over in favour of the Cougars. But here goes Woods. Handballs backwards now to Taglieri. Loads that one up. It holds up in the breeze. They're going to have to fly. McEwen's there. At ground level, Davies. He's taken from the pocket. Dukas had a quick snapshot at goal, but Schultz was there playing goalkeeper.
Great smother from Schultz.
Rushes that one over the behind line for one more behind, and now Schultz can come out the near side.
Kicks to himself and goes for Shaw, but dropping into the spot in front was Fark, and he was able to take the uncontested marks, grandstand side of the ground. Just defensive side of his defensive 50, and he chips one up short. It's not going to favour his teammate there, Boscarini. Sorry, it was Colopy on that occasion. So it's going to be out of bounds for a throw-in. Boundary umpire to hurl it back over his head. He does decide to do that, and he gets it up to Williamson and McEwen. Williamson won it down. Davies had hands on it, trying to burst away.
Just held too long.
Davies gets the holding on free kick. He has it just defensive side of the wing, grandstand side of the ground, looking for targets down the ground. Shaw is one of those. Does opt to go in the direction of O'Connell. Shaw might be out the back, but a whistle has gone, and it will be a free kick to that man O'Connell, who flew for the grab. Just had a bit of contact in the air. He wants to go on with it straight away, kicks it into the pocket. It was a poor one, straight in the arms of Billy Glasgow, and he takes a good mark on the last line of defence.
The sunshine comes out for the first time this afternoon at Preston. Ball goes across the face of goal. Richardson swallows that one up at half-back. Capillari tending the mark. Back at Shaw.
50.
50, yeah. Shaw just encroached the mark a little bit, and that's enough to give away the 50-metre penalty. So Richardson will have it just outside his own 50. Defensive side, telling his players to go forward and work up for him up the wing. Lengthy 50. The umpire's still marching them forward, and now Richardson will finally take his kick and go short into the corridor and sees Rogers, who takes it. He's been an NFL representative several times, Tom Rogers. He's got a player behind him. Oh, it's a poor handball. It just held up for Lance and he couldn't take it. So coming in there, the Northcote Park midfielders in Sutton, his handball was intercepted by Rogers. Coming in there, I think was might have been DePaulo, who's just given away the handball, and now Billy Glasgow on half-back has it and gets the reprieving kick up towards centre wing. Good mark taken there by Zito. Whistle's gone, advantage paid. Zito wobbles that one up towards half-forward. One-on-one, it's Singh and Glasgow. Coming in from the side there was the Eltham man in Brazil. Now Woods, back out to Brazil. Got a fingertip to it, just gets it back in his grasp. A little daisy cutter kick up towards half-forward, and Williamson at his knees takes it. Tells his players to slow down. Needs to be decisive and smart with his kick, Williamson. On the right boot. It's going to hold up in the breeze again towards full forward, and Barnes just drops into the hole. Barnes-Webb takes the mark.
And he plays on straight away. A long kick out for Singh. If he can mark, he can go here against Williamson. He took the mark, but he didn't give the handball off. He'll go now to Colapi. In fact, he's going to go longer still. The lead came from Pappas up the line. 2 hands on the foot. He couldn't take the mark. At ground level, Colapi's going to be there in support. He tried to break through a tackle, couldn't quite. Got a handball out. Will the ball sit for Schultz? He had to wait over it. He's knocked off, but he's done well at ground level there, Schultz. Gets a toe poke out now. Eltham, though, with all the numbers, they should clear, and it's in the hands now. Lewis Glasgow, kick towards half forward is poor, and the mark is intercepted there by Capillari. Still no score added for Northcote Park this quarter. They're 32. Eltham is 26 as Spark. Well, he would have taken a fine mark, but he was cannon into there by Evans, and Spark gets a free kick inside the centre square.
He chips it over the top, looking for a short target. Probably wasn't the right one. Sutton got intercepted by Taglieri, who goes in, wins the hard ball. He's got Merkel to his left. He's got Glasgow to his right. He uses Louis Glasgow and tries to spot up. It was Richardson at half forward, couldn't get him. Dukas at ground level tried to pick it up. Capillari did well, got it out to the big fella McEwen. The two ruckmen combine at half back. The two runners off half back they are on that occasion. And then Wallace out to Carter. Carter right foot kick long up to half forward. O'Connell's going to be the flyer. He couldn't quite bring it in. There was 2 Eltham players flying for it. They intercepted each other. It was Gilbert and Woods, and now it's going to be Glasgow who moves it out nicely, gets it to Merkel on the wing. He wants to get it to Richardson further afield. He flew and made a contest for his team, brought it to ground. Taglieri took it and he got wrapped up in a huge tackle by Davies. Don't know if he had prior opportunity, but the umpire said he did, so it will be a Davies ball at halfback.
So Davies at right half-back here for Northcote Park. He's got McEwen working ahead for him on the wing. Again, there's not too much movement. There's one long lead coming out from Shaw. Bounces once in front of him and over the back of his head. Billy Glasgow gets it back for Eltham. They flare that one out towards centre wing, far side of the ground. Louis Glasgow takes it, so the brothers working together. Louis goes over the top and sees Evans in his blue boots at right half forward. Capillari on the mark. Evans goes forward to Ryan, who was working for him, but Barnes-Webb again, working off half-back, takes intercept mark. And can alleviate the pressure here for Northcote Park. On left half-back.
He's got Donaldson in the middle.
Yeah, making a big call for it, but I think that was a bit audacious from Donaldson, asking for that one. Barnes-Webb
still wants it.
Goes over the back to Wallace, and Donaldson's had to move up a long way and takes it in his defensive 50. He's got a man on the near side making a lead for him in Svark. A little bit further forward. That's a beautiful kick to Mickey O'Connell. Bounces once in front of him, but he saw the man working for him. Good vision from Donaldson. Now O'Connell over the top looking for Shaw. That was a poor kick though. They've turned that one over poorly. McCabe into the centre. Sees Lewis Glasgow. Gets on the right boot and swings that one towards the 50. Out the metre. Merkel takes a big mark overhead. Just outside his forward 50. He's going to go quickly on the left boot towards the pocket. Waiting there underneath it is Dukas, who takes it.
Great leadership from Josh Merkel, the co-captain. Flew for the courageous grab, held his body position in the air, and then spotted the man in the pocket. Went on with it quickly. It's
actually Sam Zito who's taken that one in the pocket. So the other little forward pocket player for Eltham about to line up for his first goal of the day.
Mark it down.
Right foot kick on the way. They are good though, Sam Zitos. He's kicked a goal. Eltham move to as Al Samuel Zito in the commentary box gets a big pat on the back. Eltham now move to 3. It should be 4, 8, 32. Northcote Park 5-2, 32. Scores level.
I wouldn't expect anything less with a name like that. But guys, Northcote Park, interesting. Obviously got the breeze, but so far we've seen no real long intent to get the ball deep inside 50. On that occasion there, the ball was turned over from a chip kick in through the corridor as well. With such a heavy breeze, you'd expect that they'd want to get it in there direct and try and get an even match-up down there, 2s-on-2s and 3-on-3. But on that option, the kick inside was a turnover, and Eltham made them pay the price down the other end with their first goal to the market end as Broderick Davies wins the ball from the centre clearance, kicks it forward, looking for McLennan, charging through with Spark, handball back to Schultz, who got an unkind bounce, had to go twice, did superbly there, but was wrapped up eventually by Rogers. Donaldson still spat a handball out. This is Colopy now, he's within range, will he have a shot? Opts to hang the ball up in the air, lead comes out from Paddy O'Connell, got 2 hands to it, couldn't control it, now he gathers deep in the pocket, handball over the top, he'll be a chance here for Sutton, goes into McLennan. He is a left footer, can straighten up, was pushed in the back as he kicked it. And the ball, well, it stayed on the goal line. Shaw thought he'd socket it through. As the umpires meet, it is a free kick, so no score added. It was a push in the back against Shaw, so the scores stay locked at 32 points apiece.
11 minutes gone, third quarter, 32 apiece, as Sam just said. And it is Caulfield who comes out from fullback with a long one, looking for Burns, 2-on-1. He's going to have to be good here. Brought it to ground for Louis Glasgow, who just taps it over the boundary line cleverly. And it will be thrown in right in front of our commentary position here at the Preston City Oval. Boundary umpire to hurl it back over his head. McEwen getting to DePaolo to contest this ruck contest. It is McEwen who wins it down, looking for Colopy. Couldn't quite get it. Neither could McLennan. Woods picked it up and got wrapped up and paid holding the ball against him. Didn't think he had it for very long, but it is going to be a Northcote Park ball. It will be Mickey O'Connell. Gritty player, gives it everything every time he goes into the contest, Mickey O'Connell. And he looks like he fancies his chances from 55 metres out with the breeze behind him. Looks like he's setting up for the set shot. Will he be able to get the journey, or will it hang up in the goal square? He's swinging it out to the right. Is it going to score? Yes, just sneaks in to the right for one behind. Mickey O'Connell's first behind of the day. He has 1 goal, 1, and Northcote Park have the lead back by 1 point.
And that's their first score for the third quarter. That ball just getting out wide and the mark taken overhead by McCabe. You can hear the effects mark swirling that breeze there. It is a heavy wind, and that kick only went 20 metres in. Luke Spark took the intercept mark for Northcote Park.
Everything's rattling out there with the breeze here at Preston City Oval. Spark on the right boot, pumps that one long inside forward 50. It's a long kick in the breeze. There was a man hanging out the back of that contest, but he couldn't take it as Eltham hands went up and forced a spoil. And now McCabe goes for a dash off half back. Swings that one out to the near side. Burns, it's just slipped through his fingers. He shrugs off Colopy like he's not there. Handballs forward, falling over Evans, gets back to Burns, back to Evans. They work it nicely through hands. Woods, here goes Glasgow. This is vintage Eltham. Glasgow kicks to the far side, but that's a poor kick. As soon as you pump him up, they knock him down. As Carter volleyballs that one off to Davies, who now goes short to Schultz.
Numbers everywhere.
Schultz moves around quickly inside forward 50, but he's put that one straight down the arms of Daniel Caulfield, and Eltham can build again.
We're trying to do what I was mentioning just before the second half started and link up with the handball. The kick from Glasgow probably wasn't the right option, but here they go again. It is Taglieri who spots up Evans, and here they go with the handball once more. Burns gives it back to Evans. He tries to wheel around and he finds DePaolo. Man in a little bit of space, gives it off to Taglieri, who's kept running. He's on the burst. He loves doing that. He's an elite runner, Taglieri. Over the top, almost found his target over the top, Tommy Rogers. He was good enough at ground level to get it back to Louis Glasgow. Handball chain again to Zito. Can he kick his second in a minute? No, not quite. It fades out to the left. One behind.
So with that score, scores again level 4-9-33 Eltham, Northcote Park 5-3-33 Eltham, 1 goal 2 to the non-scoring end of the ground as that kick out quickly by Davies is a good one. It finds Schultz at half back. He's got a runner over the top. This is Carter. He tried to tell Spark to get out of the space for the overlap, but Spark kept running and he took the mark on his chest now. And again, it's a stagnant forward 50. Eltham with plenty of numbers back. Long kick went looking for Paddy O'Connell, stood in the meat and the sandwich there, but the ball slipped out and here's a chance. This is Pappas, handball over the top looking for McLennan, handball inboard, now here's a chance. Long range shot on goal, vacant goal square is just a minor score to Pappas. So Northcote Park take back the lead by just that minor score. They're 5-4-34, Eltham 4-9-33.
14 and a half minutes gone here in the third term. It's going to be Caulfield for Eltham to kick the ball out. He's got Taglieri to his left with Burns. He's got a big pack of players to his right, and that's where he's going to go. Oh, but it's a poor kick. It's a grubber. Hasn't left the 50. Schultz gets it back, has a flying shot at goal, and he's put it straight through. Punishment at its highest level. Caulfield will be kicking himself after that, and Wayne Schultz kicks a goal for Northcote Park. They move to 6-4-40. Eltham a 4-9-33. The margin is 7. And I'm sure Mario Bandera will have just a quiet word to Daniel Cofford at the three-quarter time break.
It couldn't have ended up in worse hands if you're an Eltham supporter, could it, than Wayne Schultz. He's the designated kicker for Northcote Park quite often at the opposite end, and on that occasion he ran into the open goal from 35, and he made no mistake. Northcote kicked their first goal for the third term, and they now take a 7-point advantage, the same margin they held at the main break.
Nice little breather again here for the Cougars. DePaolo and McEwen. McEwen won it down only as far as Rogers, sweeping around the back of the contest, and he's got a man in plenty of space. Laurie out wide, right in front of the grandstand. He takes a bounce and runs to about 70 metres. Chip over the top, doesn't favour the teammates' lead. He wanted to find Merkel, but he was leaning out wide. Carter at the bottom of the pack. He got wrapped up. What's the umpire going to say here? Held to him. It will be a stoppage. We are 16 minutes gone here in the third quarter. It's a 7-point lead here to the Cougars. And the umpire throws it up once more. McEwen won it down. Off the back of the contest, Di Matteo releases a man into space in Donaldson. He's got one over the top as well here, taking a bounce through the middle of the ground. It's Boscarini. He goes long up towards full forward. O'Connell out the back, but it was Richardson out the front. He found it was Gilbert who got it to McCabe, over the top to DePaolo. Takes a nice relieving mark. Handball back to that man in McCabe. He chips it up high, up and under. Burns will be the flyer. He just crashed the pack.
Be in the back,
and the umpire said, you didn't try and take the mark, mate. You just tried to crush the pack. So it's going to be a Northcote Park ball. Harmit Singh with the footy right in front of the grandstand.
Williamson comes on to relieve Anthony DePaolo of his duties for the Eltham interchange bench. Harmit Singh, the playing coach here for Northcote Park, has it in his hand, centre wing underneath the grandstand. Going to cut inside on the left boot and pump that one long towards centre half forward. A lot of Eltham players underneath that one, but it spills free here for Donaldson, who shrugs one tackle. His handball was intercepted. Taglieri falls over, but just spits a handball out now for Laurie. Over the top goes Rogers. He can get around Capillari and run. On the left boot, spears that one towards half forward. A good mark in the side from Burns. They need to go quickly. Evans is running into open space, and a 50-metre penalty regardless.
Yeah, against Boscarini there. He went to give the hands inside. Boscarini went to hold him up, and as a result, the 50-metre advancement here for Harry Burns.
So Harry Burns, who hasn't kicked a goal this afternoon, is suddenly within range. He is kicking against the breeze, though, so it will be tough towards that Kramer Street end of the ground. From left half forward, Harry Burns, who had his breakout year last year, is going to line up and kick this one from about 45 metres out. Steadying himself on the right boot, kicks that one towards goal. It's bending back. It's bending back, touched on the line, I think. Or is it a goal? No, it is a goal. So Harry Burns scores one for Eltham. They bring it back to 1 point the difference. And the scores now read here in the middle of the third term, as the computers just do a bit of hay buggers on me. It's 5-9-39 Eltham to Northcote Park 6-4-40, 1 point the difference.
Great quarter here for Eltham. 2 goals into the breeze. They've kept Northcote Park to just 1. They're going to come home with the breeze, and trailing by just 1 point at the 18-minute mark. They'd certainly fancy the position they currently find themselves in.
Right now they'd be favourites, the Panthers, I would think, with Williamson going up, getting it down to Taglieri, and they might break away again here through Cox, giving it back to that man Taglieri, the co-captain. Long one inside, full forward, whistle's gone, over the back. Is it going to be Dukas with the advantage? No, the umpire said he's going to call it back, and Taglieri's going to have to take his kick again. Could have been advantage. Dukas was running into the open goal.
They're winning everything in midfield now. It's Northcote Park haven't really seen too much of it. It's certainly Eltham on top in this third term, I reckon.
So it will be Taglieri about 80 metres out from goal. Sees a short option. Billy Glasgow wandering into the space. Northcote weren't aware to it, and he can launch a long ball. Against the wind, I'm not so sure whether he'll be able to get the journey from here, but he might give it a crack anyway. He decides to launch it long towards the goal square. It's not going to score. It's going to sit up nicely for Donaldson, who's able to take a good mark. Sorry, Barnes-Webb, who's got on the last line of defence, and now he takes a bounce, comes out of defence using Sutton, and then using that man Donaldson again. And now over the top, trying to work it further afield was Boscarini. McLennan just kept it in, and Brazal gave him a big tackle and knocked the ball over the boundary line. It will be thrown
It's
in.
all happening now. Laurie and Swart getting into each other as well, as Billy Glasgow just drops back into the hole to be the loose man there for Eltham. Umpire throws it in. Williamson won it down nicely. Brazil was his target. Campbell came crushing through, so too McCabe. Got it out to Burns. Free kick paid. It's going Eltham's way. It looks like it's going to be to McCabe, and Dylan Campbell looks a little worse for wear after that tackle.
So McCabe, standing just defensive side of centre wing, has got a man moving into space on the near side, finds him in Zito. He gets it and goes on the right boot, shrugged off the ball as he kicked it. And he's put it straight down the throat of Capillari, standing at half back here for Northcote Park. He gets it and just shorts that one back to Barnes-Webb, standing inside his defensive 50. Across the face he goes and sees a man on the outer side there in Wallace. In his 100th game this afternoon, goes short and finds Carter, standing just outside his defensive perimeter.
They've shut down the corridor in this quarter, Eltham.
Carter goes long through the corridor and sees Sutton standing right at just forward of the centre circles.
Until just then.
It was a brilliant kick from Carter. And now Sutton moves that one out wide. Sees a free man in O'Connell standing in the forward pockets. It was a bit lax, the marking there from Eltham. Sutton and O'Connell in that link, both unmarked. And so Paddy O'Connell, who's been rather quiet this afternoon, hasn't kicked a goal today. 178 goals in his 162 game career. Just 28-year-old. Just
ticked in the time on here in the third quarter. This is a vital kick in the context of the game.
To put Northcote Park ahead by 7. Paddy O'Connell from deep on the gutter, left half forward, kicks that one towards goal. That is expertly done from Paddy O'Connell. Kicks another goal. And Eltham now trail Northcote Park by 7 points. It's 7-4-46, the Cougars. Eltham 5-9-39.
Great kick there by O'Connell. You mentioned it, Tom, an important goal as we just approach time on now in the third quarter. Interesting that both sides really since the first term have been able to kick goals to the market end despite the wind staying as strong as it was from the first term here in this quarter. 2 goals apiece. In the previous quarter, 3 goals to 2. So you can kick goals into them, but you'd certainly rather it in your back, and Northcote Park take a 7-point lead here. 46 plays 39 as Davies tries to do some work there in the centre square through traffic. In fact, it wasn't Boscarini, Capillari, handball intercepted. Dukas now for Eltham. Laurie took too long, he's gone. Schultz wrapped him up in a good tackle, and if he can get the footy here, Barnes-Webb is away. But he doesn't go that way. Tom Flanagan take it away.
It is Schultz, just defensive side of the centre circle. He's got a long launch on him. He does decide to use it in the McEwen direction. He presents, couldn't quite take the chest mark. Maybe should have got the jukes up. Now at ground level, Glasgow crushing through, trying to get his way out of danger, but he can't quite. There's a couple of Cougars there who have laid a tackle that has infringed that man, Glasgow. Oh no, it's going the way of Barnes-Webb. The Eltham fans aren't happy.
Paid holding the ball there, it looked like. It's a Barnes-Webb free kick. And Woods, was a Glasgow, got up and thought he didn't have much opportunity there, but an important shot on goal now for Barnes-Webb. Ticking into the latter stages of this third quarter, kicking now from 40 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Done a great job in these first 20 minutes, Eltham, but 2 goals in a row would really hurt. Barnes-Webb won't be off his boot. Kick long into the pocket. Pappas flew, but Eltham players were able to get it over the boundary line. It will be a throw-in deep in the forward pocket here for the Cougars. 7-point ball game.
So we've gone 22.5 minutes in the third term at Preston City Oval, the first semi-final of Division 1. Eltham playing Northcote Park. McEwen from that stoppage gets it off to Schultz. Took too long. He was taken down in traffic. Richardson will get the free kick in the defensive 50 here for the Panthers, and Schultz has taken a little while to get up off the ground. He's a bit ginger here. Slowly gets to his feet, and he's just hobbling a little bit. Might be an ankle there as Richardson goes back into his defensive pocket. He sees a man standing there in Caulfield. He wants to release this one quickly and goes long up towards the wing. Capillari has front position. He goes up, couldn't take the mark, but gets the shark at the bottom of that one. Taking the ground immediately, and the umpire will call for a stoppage at left half forward.
23.5 minutes gone, 7-point ball game. Umpire to throw it up again. Will be Smith going up against Capillari, and it's going to be a Smith free kick out of the ruck contest, so he's going to have it at half back. He's going to go with a right foot kick up the wing, up the line. It was beautifully worked. He found Josh Merkel.
He shanked it, but it worked.
So Merkel just slightly further afield of where he got the kick from. And he's going to go over the top with a little chip ball to the Richo man, who's taken the mark about 100 metres out from goal. Looking for something to kick to further afield, but it's pretty stagnant in the Eltham forward half. He goes long down the line. Looking for Glasgow to fly in Valance, but it's Wallace out the back who takes the good relieving mark. And now he's the one who's looking for options down the line.
So in defence, it's Northcote Park. just inside their defensive 50, a short one towards centre half back. And the mark is taken. They move this one across to the near side. Colopy has to work for it. Oh, in a bit of trouble here because Ryan came in and affected the contest. And now Taglieri's chasing this one down. He just keeps it inside the field of play, but he's tackled over the line. Desperate stuff there from Jordan Colopy to make amends for his error. In fact, it was probably the poor kick that was
we did
more,
well in
more
the
fault.
end. He was outnumbered and he scrapped at ground level to try to paddle towards the boundary, and then a good tackle on Braden Taglieri.
So at half forward, the ball comes back into play. Going after it there is De Bruin, who just retrieves it as he was tackled and then gets a hand off to Svark, who takes a bounce on the boundary line and the ball went out of play. So it's going to be a throw-in again at left half forward here for the Panthers. Grandstand side of the ground at Preston City Oval. Live on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. Tommy Flanagan, Jordan Canellis and Samuel Zito, your callers.
25 minutes gone, delicately poised semi-final here with a 7-point lead to Northcote Park. They're going to be kicking against the wind in the last quarter. Eltham looking for a late goal. Richardson thought he had the mark, but the umpire said no. It's going to be Mickey O'Connell who feeds his man there in Donaldson as the siren goes. And it is that 7-point margin I just mentioned. Eltham 5 goals, 9-39, trailing Northcote Park 7-4, 46 at the three-quarter time break. We've got an absolute beauty here in the last quarter coming up in the first semi-final.
So it's a 7-point lead to Northcote Park going into the final quarter. The same lead they held during the half-time interval. That term there, you'd say, probably went Eltham's way. They were kicking into the breeze. They managed 2-2, as did Northcote Park. But that late goal to Paddy O'Connell gives Northcote some form of breathing space going into the last term. Northcote Park 7-4, 46. Eltham 5-9, 39 goal kickers.
And Atkins, so I think they're overall the probably more well-oiled team, and they move it like clockwork, Greensboro, and I'm fancying them this season for the flag.
So we're just about ready to go now. Tom Flanagan back in the box, and Tom, obviously a long message here from Mario Bandera.
Mario Bandera saying we have a chance here to make a statement. We've got to be smarter than them. No regrets. Last week we had regrets coming away from the McLeod game. We said we'll stand up today. Let's go out and do it, boys. Your moment is now. That was his main message.
So it was Northcote Park at the first break by 17. It was Northcote Park at half-time by 7. And at the three-quarter time break now, it is Northcote Park by 7. 5-9-39 Eltham. Northcote Park 7-4, 46. First semi-final of Division 1. Live on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. We are underway in the final term. DePaulo gets the tap down, but Northcote Park will win the clearance. Sutton had it, was taken to ground without the footy. He gets the clearing kick away up, though, towards half forward. Richardson gets the crumbs and goes up towards Brazil on centre wing. He has to go back to track it again. A lot of Northcote Park players swabbing the area now, putting pressure on Richardson and Brazil. McCabe gets it and just keeps it inside the field of play. Handballs forward to Rogers, and now Woods can go on the run. A right foot kick into the middle of the ground. Donaldson flies, but Merkel in from behind takes it on the chest. And now there's players working forward for him inside the forward 50.
He's going to go for it.
Merkel's going to line up here. The man on the mark is standing, I reckon, 60 metres
Surely
out from
not.
goal. This would be a miraculous goal if he can kick it. Left foot kick on the way. Plenty of height in that one. It's going to fall short. Williamson, 1-2. But he hasn't taken it. No, he has. Don't do anything silly this time, Matthew Williamson. You're standing directly in front of goal. And you can finally try and get your first goal of the day. Big long kick from Merkel to find Williamson, who lines up now directly in front of goal. Right foot kick on the way. Doesn't make any mistake this time. And Eltham get the first goal of the last term.
Well, he nearly kicked it to the city, that one there. He put it through as far as he could. He's obviously had a couple of simple misses in that second quarter, but made no mistake on this occasion. And Eltham are up and about early in the last. It's taken them just 1 minute to get on the board, and they move to 6-9-45. Northcote Park 7-4-46. Interestingly, Eltham hasn't been in front at any stage of this game, but they're getting mighty close at the right time for them.
Back in the middle, umpire just waiting for the ball to come back.
The ball's not back in the middle, the umpire is, though.
Might be looking for a replacement here. So Williamson with that goal, 6-9-45 Eltham. Northcote Park 7 goals, 4-46. And finally, it's been retrieved and we're not far away from the restart.
So 2 minutes gone here in the final quarter of the first semi-final, the Northern Football League Watermark Final Series in Division 1. The umpire ready to put the ball aloft once again. There's a 1-point ball game, a 1-point lead to the Cougars, and it is the Cougars' Ollie McEwen who tries to slap it down to Bronick Davies, but Taglieri's able to strip it from him and burst his way through. Umpire says he got wrapped up holding the ball. It's going to be a ball in the middle of the ground here for the Cougars. It's going to be in the arms of the former Eltham man in Campbell. And he's looking for options at half forward. He goes long up in the direction of Svark. Almost took it one-handed. He was able to keep it in the field of play, but not for long. Eventually gets over under some hot duress from Darcy Valance. And Sorry, it was McCabe rather. So it's going to be thrown in once again. 2 minutes and 43 seconds gone here in the last quarter. Big prize to be played for here in these final 30 minutes. A game against a date with destiny against McLeod next week for a spot in the grand final against Greensborough. The umpire do throw it up right now after there was yet another stoppage. And it is McEwen who wins it down, looking for Spark, only found Woods. Now going through is Donaldson, crashing his way in is O'Connell, wrapped up by Richardson. He may be the oldest man on the field, but he doesn't look tired. He may have been knocked out and battered, but he's still laying massive tackles and showing the way for his players. And he's got the ball at half back after an inspirational effort to bring down Mickey O'Connell. Left foot kick he decides to go with on this occasion, up in the direction of Woods and Burns, and it is Burns who takes the mark and goes straight away with the handball over to Evans. Oh, Dukas missed what he should have taken when he got the handball, but Merkel still keeps the ball alive. Snaps around the corner. Does he bend it back? Oh, he's bent it back, but only as far as the post. And he's levelled the scores up once again. It is 46 apiece.
So Northcote Park bring it out of their full-back position into the back pocket. On the outer side, Sutton kicks that one up the line for Spark, who takes a good mark ahead of his direct opponent. Right half-back, Hotel side of the ground, 46 apiece here. We've gone 4 minutes in the last term, in the semi-finals. Spark goes over the top, and he shanked that one horribly. That was a horrid kick from Spark, and so Eltham will get an easy inside 50 entry here. Kick is going to be taken by Evans, who's standing about 60 metres out from home.
Have to be favourites now, the
He's
Panthers.
going to load up on the right boot towards the hot spot. They'll all fly out the back, but Wallace was the luckiest and took the mark at full back. And now he sees Donaldson working into space for him on the near side, defensive pocket. There's not much on with the next kick though, so Donaldson has to be patient. He's got O'Connell working hard up the line for him. Still indecisive though, Donaldson has to get around the mount of the mark. That was audacious. Donaldson a high kick. It doesn't clear defensive 50 out the back. McEwen had it, lost it. Taglieri goes after it. They all file in at ground level. Players in from all directions. There's a sea of humanity at half back. Eltham get it back. No, Northcote Park get it back through Carter, who just clears the pressure up towards centre wing. Whistle's
Shepherd.
gone. And there was a Shepherd that was too far out. Ball wasn't 5 metres away. So it'll be Northcote Park to have the footy at half back through Campbell, who goes sideways and sees McEwen standing on the edge of the square. Feigns a handball and then goes with the kick out wide. It was a wobbly kick to Barnes-Webb. Oh no, Merkel's closing in on him now. Barnes-Webb has to be clean here. The South Africans in a bit of trouble. It's a Springboks versus the Wallabies on the outer side. Barnes-Webb, what can he do here? He can't do anything because Merkel gets it back. Valance swings a wobbly kick inside forward 50, but that one's just pitched out of play for a boundary. No, for out of bounds on the full.
It is a boundary throw in.
No, it must have pitched on the line then. The Northcote Park defender certainly was asking for it out of bounds on the full. The umpires are actually talking here. They're not quite sure which decision to make. The goal umpire has conversed with the boundary umpire, and there will be a throw in.
6 minutes gone here, 46 apiece in the Eltham forward end. Ball sharked by Barnes-Webb, goes long out of defence, but long to not the man he wanted, straight in the arms of Evans, and this is going to be a crucial kick here for the Panthers. He's 45 metres out, he's directly in front, and if he puts it through, Eltham will lead for the first time of the day.
They certainly will, Tommy. It's an important kick for Matty Evans, and if they hit the front now, 6 minutes played, it's going to be awfully hard for Northcote Park hereafter. Eltham have kicked the only goal of this final quarter. They're kicking with a handy breeze in their back, and a chance here for Matthew Evans, the recruit from Bundoora, to kick an important goal to put his side in front. He approaches 50 now, kicks high, the kick is long. Eltham is in front. The Panthers are 7 goals, 10-52. Northcote Park 7-4-46. Boys, they've come good when it's counted most. Eltham, their third quarter was sensational. Great defensive work to contain Northcote Park to just 2 goals. And now, with the breeze in their back, they've kicked 2 in the opening 7 minutes of the last.
And it's come from the pressure that they've been able to apply in their forward half in these first 7 minutes. They've been unbelievable. Northcote have not been able to get clear with any free ball movement. There have been Eltham players harassing them at every chance that Northcote have had to bring it out of defence, as McEwen wins it down to Davies. Now charging through is Louis Glasgow. Here go the Panthers again. It's McCabe who's got the footy now. He got wrapped up in a big tackle. No prior opportunity. Umpire to throw it up once again. Just defensive side of the centre circle if you're an Eltham fan here on the Preston City Oval. in the centre square. As I said, it's DePaolo and McEwen, and it's McEwen on this occasion who wins it down to Sfark. Great smother by Tommy Rogers. Sfark picked it up again. Richardson laid a big tackle. Now the ball at half forward for the Cougars. They've been able to work it forward, not with any clean possession, but they have been able to get it to the 50.
True centre half forward position here for the Cougars. Ball thrown up to Paolo with a big hand. Swats that one down to Glasgow, but he's lost it. They swing that one towards the full forward position. O'Connell comes out to meet it. Northcote Park turned that contest around as quick as possible. And O'Connell, who kicked a beautiful goal in the third term, will line up from directly in front for his second of the afternoon. And with almost 8 minutes played here in the last quarter, O'Connell needs to kick this one to level proceedings again.
Does he what? They need every shot to go through here, the Cougars.
De Bruin did well, didn't he? Hit that contest hard on the left boot, swung it around. A chance here for O'Connell. As you say, Tom, this one has to go through for the Cougars.
O'Connell almost directly in front. Right foot kick on the way. Starts right. Bending back a little. Bending back enough.
Patio.
Northcote Park get another goal here. We've gone just over 8 minutes in the last term. Proceedings are level again.
So it's 8-4-52 Northcote Park. Eltham 7 goals 10-52. Scores level. We've played 8.5 minutes here in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, I should say.
This is what it's all about. Final quarter action here in the Northern Football League. First semi-final here in Division 1. Eltham and the Northcote Park Cougars all locked up at 52 apiece. 9 minutes down here in the last quarter. It's going to be a thrilling climax at the Preston City Oval. It's Ollie McEwen who wins it down on that occasion. Got it to Sfark, who swings one around the corner, looking for his runners on the wing. Belting it into a path of a teammate is Sutton, and belting it further forward is Colopy. They're just playing a little bit of volleyball, tap to tap to tap, and now they get it up to half forward. Nice work, little handball into De Bruin. Kick up to that man O'Connell again. He's going to fly. Eltham numbers at ground level. It's going to be Tommy Rogers. He's got Valance for support if he wants to use him. 2 bounces here for Rogers. He now does use Valance, who's run away from Harmit Singh. Valance on the wing, goes with a right foot kick up towards full forward. Barnes-Webb in the hole. He's not going to take the mark. Williamson did well to bring it to ground. Merkel's there as well. Going in is Carter. He got smashed, and the umpire said it's all locked up deep inside the forward 50. It is 45 metres out from the Eltham goal, and it's going to be thrown up once again. It's going to be Matty Williamson, who tried to went down to Anton Woods. De Bruin got it out, but only as far as Williamson, who partially smothered that kick, and then he was able to feed it off to Zito, to Evans, to Glasgow, to Burns, who can't pick it up. Dukas at ground level as well. Capillari going in hard. He got smashed down as well. And we will have yet another stoppage. Now 20 metres out from the Eltham goal, 52 apiece.
So the contest brings a pause to this game here. The stoppage. Ball thrown up. Capillari taps that one down. Davies just gets the clearing kick up towards half forward. Running after this one is Boscarini. Sutton's there as well. Rogers fighting after it. Burns is there for support. Redheads working in tandem as that one comes out towards the near side. Spark tries to shrug Burns. He's carried over the line. Boundary throw in. This game has waxed and waned in the second half especially. We're going to have a throw in at right half forward. 60 metres around from the Eltham goal. Ball thrown in. Underneath it, McEwen gets the tap down, but Eltham players swarm on the loose footy. McEwen goes after it again. He's been more tenacious than some of his midfielders this afternoon, Ollie McEwen. Ball going to be thrown up. 55 metres out from the Eltham goal. The umpire just trying to adjust all the congestion around him. Ball thrown up. Davies had a hand to it, lost it off the ground. Third time he's done that today, kicked it off the ground. Laurie goes after it for Eltham. Merkel's there, wrapped up in a big tackle by Di Matteo. And the umpire said that was enough to be holding the ball. So Di Matteo on the defensive side of the square has the free kick.
That's what Northcote need if they're going to win this game. Just desperate efforts like that from Di Matteo. He's got the ball at half-back. He goes with a right foot kick out wide, but it's a dangerous one. You've got to be smarter with your ball use. You can attack the footy as much as you like and attack the man and lay big tackles and 1%ers, but you have to use the footy well going forward.
There's a great spoil there from Burns there with Sutton looking to mark in the chest. He's been good in this contest, Burns, but it was almost like the falling behind has sparked Northcote Park back into life. Their last 5 minutes has been a lot better than their probably last opening 10 minutes of this last quarter.
Smith down to Glasgow, got taken down. A big tackle, another desperate effort there, this time from Sutton. And he's got the ball at half-back. Northcote just clinging on for dear life. Scores a level, but they are kicking against the wind, and they just have to continue to be desperate. Eltham hoping that they tire themselves out, and then the game will open up late in the day. It's Davies who takes the mark from the kick from Sutton. He's at left half-back. He goes with the right football down the line. It's a bit of a tumbler, and it lands in the arms of Harry Burns, who takes a good contested mark. They're exactly right. They are rushing their possession. They've got to lower the eyes a little bit here, the Cougars, if they want to get through this Eltham maze. Long ball from Burns down in the direction of Rogers, who brought it to ground. Good work here by Woods, trying to spin out of a tackle. Almost taken high there was De Bruin, who picked it up at ground level. Handball Di Matteo, Nicky O'Connell, and then Barnes-Webb, a high up and under. Almost... Oh, he did well in the end. Colopy, he's read the drop of the ball beautifully.
There was good talk there as well. Running back with the flight was Sutton, and you just heard Colopy say, leave it there, it's his. So Colopy now centre wing, kicks long to half forward. Eltham with all the numbers there. And Harry Burns again, he's taken 2 strong overhead grabs in the last minute.
Great work.
Takes the mark at half back. Scores are level. We've gone 13 minutes or just shy of in this final quarter, 52 apiece, as Burns goes across his defensive 50, and he's got Eamon Gilbert.
So they're going to work the switch here. Gilbert, handballs forward, finds Billy Glasgow at centre half-back. Outside of the defensive 50 they go. Laurie takes the mark and wants to move quickly. On the right boot, he's got runners at half-forward. A big fist out the back there. There might be an Eltham player to run onto this one. Evans is there. Rogers had it but lost it, so Capillari retrieves in his defensive 50. It's back and forth of this game. Schultz wrapped up by 2. Umpire's going to call for a stoppage. Centre half forward, 45 metres out from Eltham's goal. Ball thrown up. Rogers went really high over the top of McEwen. A quick snap out of the pack from Billy Glasgow. Capillari makes it at full back playing goalkeeper, and his kick was hopeful, but it made it work by Colopy taking the mark. Handball to the outer side, and now Carter goes long up the wing. Pappas takes the mark. First time we've really seen Mitch Pappas this afternoon. Hasn't seen a lot of the footy. Pappas goes low and finds a searing kick towards Svark, who now dances around one on the left boot, delivers inside forward 50, but it's a poor kick. Richardson getting back, takes the mark.
He's played an unbelievable game, Richo, man. Since he got knocked out in the first quarter, he's come back on and he's been brilliant in the best for Eltham, I would think, this afternoon. Long kick up to Caulfield, couldn't reel in the mark. Northcote numbers around the ball, but Taglieri comes in with Caulfield and lays a gang tackle on the Northcote man who did pick it up. 52 apiece. 14 and a half minutes gone here in the last quarter. It is a ring-a-ding-dinger here in the first semi-final here in the Northern Football League Division 1 Watermark Final Series as Smith wins it down again to Taglieri, tries to burst away from the stoppage, only had one hand free, used it to put the boot on the ball, kicks it up to half forward. Louis Glasgow got a bad bounce, but he goes in again. Whoa. But a great tackle again by Boscarini to bring him to ground. Now Capillari at the bottom of the pack, and a big bear hug there from Cox. Make sure that he doesn't get away. There's going to be a stoppage at half forward here for the Panthers.
Northcote Park making a habit out of close finals. 3-point winners last week. Scores level here. 15 minutes into the last. De Bruin won the clearance. Handball over the top to a running Schultz. He goes out wide of one-on-one. Singh versus Valens. Neither really got a hand on that one. Singh content for the boundary line here. And it goes out just forward of centre here for Eltham. They're kicking to the city end with the wind. In this last quarter, the Panthers have managed 2 goals, but Northcote with the most recent through Pat O'Connell.
Scores level, 16 minutes gone last term. Ball hurls back into play. At the bottom of that one, Sutton taken to ground. Di Matteo there as well. 2 Eltham players wrapping up their Northcote opposition. There's going to be a stoppage. Far edge of the centre square hotel side of the ground here at Preston City Oval. Live on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. Jordan Canellis, Samuel Zito, Tommy Flanagan with you. Ball thrown up. Smith went the early rise, got the late tap, out towards Rogers. Cox come through, Rogers emerges again, handballs to himself. He can run in on 50, loads them up from 51 to the pocket. Williamson takes it in the pocket.
Tommy Rogers.
He did well, Williamson, to take that mark. There was 3 Northcote Park players at the fall of the football ready to run it away if he couldn't take the grab, and he was strong over Wallace there, and this surely puts him in front, whether it's by 1 goal or 1 point.
Williamson from the left forward pocket, right foot kick on the way. It looks like it's gone across. No, it's gone straight through. Matthew Williamson kicks his 2nd goal of the afternoon. He puts Eltham 1 goal ahead. Scores now read Eltham 8-10-58, Northcote Park 8-4-52. We've gone 16 and a half minutes in the last quarter.
The bullocking clearance work and then the pace and speed and delivery of Tommy Rogers there just set up that piece of play there. Magnificent stuff, and the big Williamson standing in the goal square. He's been sensational at getting those dukes up all day in the contested marking situations. Hasn't always put away those set shot opportunities, but on that occasion strikes a vital blow here for the Panthers midway through the last quarter. Smith wins it down. Colopy trying to go the other way here for Northcote Park. Takes a bounce, runs to about 65, kicks it long towards the goal square. Richardson once again. Richo man belts it over the goal line for 1 rush behind.
53 plays, 58, 17 minutes played final term, and the kick out from Caulfield is long and it's straight down the middle. Glasgow flew
Billy.
and took a beauty, and he plays on straight away. Long kick to space. Burns versus Barnes-Webb. Barnes-Webb, well, it's a fine mark in the end. Bodied Burns out of the contest and took a nice 2-grab mark, and he goes looking for Capillari. Probably should have taken that overhead, had good support there from De Bruin, and off the feet of Glasgow. The ball trickles out of bounds, centre wing, Jordan Canellis.
Barnes-Webb has been fantastic in this second half, playing loose man in defence. He's been really good, mopping up everything across half-back for the Cougars. As the ball now whirls back into play, centre wing near side of the ground. DePaulo gets the punch down, but De Bruin gets the clearance. Up towards half-forward, slips through the arms of Spark. Eltham players now pounce on the loose footy. There's players everywhere at half-forward. Spark re-emerges, hands off to Donaldson, takes a bounce, runs in on 50, sees a man leading into the pocket. O'Connell, once, twice, marks.
I think the player Eltham's got to tighten up on his Will De Bruin in the clearances. He's been great in this last quarter. Clean ball movement there. Got it out to Donaldson, who took the bounce straight away. He probably put himself under the pump, but it was a lovely kick to O'Connell, who, well, it slipped through his grasp on the first occasion, but he took it now, and a chance here, if he can kick his third
Tough
goal
chance.
to put his side ahead by 1 point.
Paddy O'Connell from left half forward will kick from 40 metres out. Right foot kick on the way for number 3 of the day. No, it's just a behind. That was so slim. But just a behind for Northcote Park moves them to 8-6-54. Eltham 8-10-58. 4 points of lead for the Panthers.
Caulfield with a big launch to the outer side, the Cramers Hotel side of the ground from fullback, looking for Glasgow. Couldn't take the mark, but he did well to keep his feet and win it at ground level. Now Zito goes on the outer side, looking for Merkel. It was a beautiful kick from Zito to spot him up. Merkel about 75 metres out from goal. He's got a loose man over the top, and he finds him now in Evans. And Evans has already kicked a goal in this last quarter. If he could put this one through against the Breeze, it would be very tough for the Cougars to get back. 19 minutes gone here in the last quarter of the first semi-final.
Biggest kick for the game so far, you feel this one here. As you
100%.
say, Tommy, if Northcote Park's to win, you feel that Eltham almost couldn't kick another goal from here if Northcote was going to win. But if Evans kicks this one, it's hard for Northcote to kick 2 into the Breeze. Evans comes in now. It's a running approach. It's a high ball. It won't have the carry. Burns to fly!
Oh, Burns!
He got a run at the football. No one impeded him. He's taken 3 strong grabs in the last quarter. And if he puts this one through, Eltham will go 10 points ahead as we approach time on in this final quarter.
Harry Burns, what a magnificent grab. As you said, timed his run to perfection in a big pack, and he's been taking the big grabs all day. Not normally noted for his high marking abilities, but today he has been magnificent aerial specialist. And does he kick it straight? He does put it through, and the Eltham Panthers are looking close to home here with Northcote kicking against the wind.
So 9-10-64 Eltham. Northcote Park, 8 goals, 6-54. We approach now the 20-minute mark of the final quarter. Does Northcote Park have a response from here, or is it going to be Eltham into next week's preliminary final against McLeod? Huge final couple of minutes coming up here.
Still a chance in it for Northcote Park. The margin hasn't blown beyond 3 goals today. We're at 10 points at the moment. Eltham 9-10-64. Northcote Park 8-6-54 as we wait for the next footy to come from back over the fence. Goal scorers this afternoon. Harry Burns has 2. Anthony DePaulo has 1. Matthew Williamson has 2. And then singles all the way down for Evans, Dukas, Zito and Glasgow. As for Northcote Park, there's 2 each for Campbell and Paddy O'Connell. And then 1 for Schultz, Svark, Donaldson and Michael O'Connell as the ball now comes back into the middle of Preston City Oval. Live on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. This is the first semi-final, an elimination final this is. Northcote Park versus Eltham. The winner to take on McLeod in the prelim next week. The winner of that will face Greensborough in the Division 1 Grand Final. From the middle, DePaulo to Glasgow to McCabe. Over the top towards centre wing, Zito rises and gets it on the bounce. A little handball out he's looking for, but he doesn't get it. A big tackle from Colopy takes him to ground, centre wing, far side of the ground. Hotel side here at Preston City Oval.
Ball thrown up again. It's Capillari who gets up nice and high. Wins it down only as far as Glasgow. Has been close to best on ground. Kicks it long up to full forward. Carter, the ball slipped through his hands. Burns crashing in. Barnes-Webb lays a big tackle on him. Deep inside the Eltham forward half, about 15 to 20 metres out from goal in the left forward pocket. There will be a stoppage. 21 and a half minutes gone here in the last quarter of the first semi-final. And it is Williamson who wins it down on this occasion. Glasgow had hands on it, couldn't take it cleanly. Another big tackle laid. Desperation from the Northcote Park players. They know this is a last-ditch effort they're going to have to put in if they want to go through to next week and play McLeod in the prelim final. As Capillari goes up against Williamson once again. Taken down off the ball was Taglieri. Tumbling little kick along the ground is going to have to be met here by Donaldson. He did pretty well to work it towards the boundary, and then Richardson eventually ushers it over there for Eltham. It's going to be thrown in at the 50.
So 22 minutes now tick over in the last quarter. It's Eltham 64, Northcote Park 54. The Cougars, they kicked just one of the 5 goals in this final quarter. Can they muster up a response? They need one quickly. Taglieri from the stoppage couldn't take it. Hacked forward there by Sutton of Northcote Park, but only as far as the Eltham man. It was that Evans underneath that one. And picking himself up, in fact it was McCabe. Picks himself up and will have a ball up. 60 metres out from the Eltham goal, kicking to the city end in close quarters there. That was Lewis Glasgow trying to crash through, but he was wrapped up by Capillari. A third stoppage required.
Been magnificent, Louis Glasgow again.
A tide of players here at right half forward. DePalo taps that one down. Brazil going after it. Billy Glasgow gets a long handball out. Sutton gets the clearance though from Northcote Park. Up towards half forward, DePalo rises, couldn't take it. Davies taps it down to O'Connell, kicks up towards centre wing. A 2-on-1, Campbell's the one. He loses out to the 2. McCabe gets it and goes towards half forward. Evans marks. He delivers inside 50. Burns all by himself, takes the mark. He worked his way into space. It was relaxed defending from Northcote Park at the most unnecessary time. And Burns will go back and attempt to kick his 3rd goal of the afternoon.
No Cruceratus, no worries. We've got Harry Burns, and he's lining up for his 3rd goal. He's been taking hangers all afternoon, this man.
So Harry Burns starts his run up from 55 metres out. By the time he kicks, it'll be, you'd think, about 45 metres. This to almost put it beyond doubts for Eltham. Right foot kick on the way. Good action in the kick, but it's poor accuracy in the kick.
Still alive.
Out towards the behind. Eltham moved to 9-11-65 and Northcote Park 8-6-54. Almost 24 minutes last term.
Cougars need 2 goals in not much time. They're going to have to get it end to end, and then they're going to have to win a clearance and do it again. Tommy Wallace, this is the first part of that puzzle. He takes a good mark at halfback. He swings around looking for Capillari. They've rushed their ball movement here in the last quarter. It hasn't worked for them. And now Laurie's able to get it back here for the Panthers. Richardson taken down in a big tackle by Donaldson. But they need more than just big tackles. They need to get it down the other end and get it down there fast.
So it's a Father's Day special we're seeing here, 11 points in, and happy Father's Day to all those listening, including ours of the commentary team. Ball slapped into the middle, Rogers, handball forward, here's a go. Glasgow, Evans, this to win the game. Eltham is into the prelim final. Matty Evans puts through a beauty from 50, and the Panthers have run away with this contest. They aren't going out in straight sets this time. Eltham 10-11-71. Northcote Park 8-6-54. Boys, that surely puts a stamp on this game here. Eltham are charging towards a date with McLeod next Sunday.
Yeah, game over, and they deserve it. They played it so well. They played it smart in that second half. They held off Northcote Park's charge in the 3rd quarter, and they have romped home here in the final term. Been clearly the better side after 3-quarter time, and they're going to play McLeod next week.
71-54. Eltham with an equal game high margin of 17 points. Ball thrown up from the middle. McEwen wins the tap. Davies had an air swing at that one, but no purchase was laid. Woods out of the middle, spears that one up towards left half forward. In the race is Noldred. He's up against Lewis Glasgow. That one's going to trickle over the boundary line and will be thrown in 60 metres around from the Eltham goal, left half forward, hotel side of the ground at Preston City Oval.
A disappointing end to the season for the Northcote Park Cougars. A wonderful win last week against Bundoora in the elimination final, but they haven't been able to get the chocolates here in the second half here of the first semi-final. Ball at ground level, Zito got wrapped up. He's been a great role player for them today. It's been really important. Kicked a crucial goal earlier on in the afternoon and has linked up with his teammates throughout the day. Has been really important.
As the McLeod players march away, I think they know who's won this game.
Billy Glasgow goes 3rd man up. He's another one. He's just had a magnificent afternoon. Got it to Williamson. Williamson to Taglieri. Dribbler off the ground is not going to be straight. 72 plays 54 here. 26 minutes gone last quarter.
Game high margin of 3 straight kicks. It's going to be Northcote Park from fullback in the arms of Schultz, who plays on, takes a bounce and releases from defensive 50 to the near side of the ground. Underneath it, Mickey O'Connell couldn't take it. Spark takes it and slices his way through the red and black jumpers. Gets it off to Sutton, off now to Donaldson. They're working in numerical order, 13, 14, 15. Up towards now number 50 in Capillari. Gets it off to Sutton. Delivers inside forward 50 towards full forward, but getting back. Gilbert couldn't take the mark. He'll get a second chance at it though. Right foot kick had an air swing in the pocket. Paddy O'Connell slipped over as he was about to kick. There is the siren. With Mario Bandera at the helm, the Northern Region Coach of the Year. Eltham march on to the prelim next week and will face the team they lost to last week in McLeod. The winner of that game to face Greensborough in the grand final. Final scores here from the first semi of Division 1. Eltham 10-12-72. Northcote Park 8-6-54. An 18-point win to the Panthers.
What a great final quarter by Eltham. They really opened the game up. They trailed by 7 points at the last. We thought with the, the wind in their back, they'd be able to fight through in the last quarter. And 5 of the 6 goals went to the city end of the ground. Williamson kicked 2 of those. Matty Evans kicked 2, and I thought Harry Burns was great. He managed 1 as well. So Eltham final scores 10-12-72. They've defeated Northcote Park 8 goals 6-54. And the Panthers boys are charging through to play McLeod in next Sunday's preliminary final. We'll go to a short break, and then from there we'll wrap it up after this contest. But it's Eltham 10-12-72. They've defeated Northcote Park 8-6-54. You are listening to the NFL Match of the Day on your local station 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.